Hello and welcome to Alive and Composing, the wonderful world of Innova, with today's guest, Van-Anh Vanessa Vo. Would you please state your name properly for the record?
Oh yes, my name is Van-Anh Vanessa Vo.
And where do you come from? What do you do?
Well, I originally came from Hanoi, but I am living in California, the Bay Area right now, and my life is music, and I guess I'm a full-time musician and composer.
Congratulations. Now, you are a very rare breed of traditional musician who knows, you are the world-class traditional musician, but you're also a really radical composer that does things that shouldn't be done on traditional instruments. Were you always a rebel?
Well, I thought that, I am really, well trained in traditional music. I have 6 different masters, traditional, on different music genres. But, it's just somehow I was born with that somehow, or I think actually the condition of moving here, living in such a diversity area, meeting with so many different musicians gave me the encouragement and just good condition for me to write music that deep inside, but I never could do it before. And so yes, I kind of like test all the part of, and then but make sure that the roots still deep in Vietnamese traditional music, but I do all things that normally considered not allowed to do it in traditional Vietnamese music. But I think the most important thing is to carry my own voice, so that I go with it.
Can you give an example of the kinds of things that you've been allowed to do in California that your masters in Hanoi would never have approved of?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's my master do not allow me to do it. They actually support me a lot. But one example, like Vietnamese have the one string instrument called đàn bầu, and that instrument is just like human voice, and only for the entire orchestra, for even like 60 people play all other instruments, or many of them play the same instruments, but only one đàn bầu player would be in that orchestra. So the đàn bầu never be played by more than one person, but I wrote a piece that I should have 3 đàn bầu players at the same time, because to me it's just like a conversation. In music it's conversation, so people talk to people. So my đàn bầu of course can talk to another đàn bầu player as long as they listen to each other and exchange ideas. So that's what I did, and and other ideas, other things that I also play the đàn tranh, the 16-string instruments, and we never allowed to play it so close to the bridge because it's very harsh sound and not present at all. But I think, hey, this is really, I can use it to express the evil idea or evil thinking. We are human, we have good idea, we have evil, and temptation. So I use it to express my thinking.
Am I right in thinking that the tones of Vietnamese music and the instruments themselves relate to the tones of speaking the language as well? So you really are having a conversation when you play.
Yes, exactly. Our music lies in the left hand because we do a lot of borrowed notes, slide, vibration, all different type of vibrations and how we do it. So it's closely follow our own language. So yes, our music is just like you actually talk to the own music in a very specific way.
Is that something that Western players can understand immediately? For instance, Kronos Quartet.
Oh well, I think it has to. That's not easy to understand. If you just look at it from outside, you really need someone from inside to tell you that, explain that. For example, I would say that on my new release CD and with Innova, Kronos Quartet and I played one song, the Vietnamese Southern opera named Lưu Thủy Trường, the Green River Delta. And when they first got the transcribe of the music, they was very happy, and then they practiced, and then Van-Anh came over and we played for you. And then they did it exactly like what the music was, but it didn't sound like it's supposed to be. So I just later on explained to them how they vibrate the note, how they borrow one note from another. It's not like, yes, that that's a borrowed note, but you just borrow it. No, you have to borrow in the right way, and you slide note and you skip whatever, some notes that you have to skip, and then you have to know that there is different chapter in the songs. And so when it turn into the next chapter, it's just like our music actually tells a story. So if you know the story, then it helps you a lot. So after explain to them, Kronos did it beautifully. And even my master, in Vietnam, after I showed it to him and he listened, and he asked me like, was that for American guys have yellow skin and black hair now? Because they play so beautiful. So only if you understand it, you will get it.
You mentioned an Innova CD. It's the very amazing Three Mountain Pass. Would you like to just give an overview of what's on that album?
Yeah, on the album Three Mountain Pass, I put all of my original compositions for various instruments that I play, and also vocal that I sing it myself, and also have the most special instrument from Vietnam, including the đàn tranh 16-string zither, the đàn bầu 1-string monochord, the bamboo đàn trưng is the bamboo xylophone, vertically like this way, yes, the main title of the CD, the song Three Mountain Pass, I have the vocal, and then I use the hand drum, which is the new invented steel drums modified from Switzerland, to accompany me, and honored to have Kronos Quartet that feature on Green River Delta. Yeah.
What is your hope for your music in the United States?
I really hope that I will contribute as a first step and more to share Vietnamese traditional music and culture that we have in the United States, because as far as I know right now is that I am the first generation of traditional, well-trained traditional musician, but could work with Western musicians and could read in both systems, and also can compose. So I just want to bring our 4,000 years of heritage culture to share with everyone in a form of new music that I'm writing.
We're with you every step of the way. Thank you so much, Van-Anh.
You're welcome. Thank you.